Jesus is first arrested and then released and then rearrested, which seems to link up a little bit with this Jesus ben Ananias episode. Anyway, I can't go any further than that. I don't usually speculate in those areas. I'm more a literary critic. But you'll find all that kind of material in Brandon and Eisler, which is pretty good. Anyway, in John, to make a long story short, on 1912, the people are giving Pilate advice. If you are Caesar's friend, then you have to deal with people trying to make themselves a king without Caesar's permission. Oh, come on, really? The people are giving Pontius Pilate advice. I'm going to give Joe Stalin advice. I mean, honestly, I have to be cruel here, but I'm trying to be kind. That just doesn't. You see that who and what is dealing with this thing. I want to find historical Jesus. I know there's an historical James. I know this is an historical John. I'm pretty sure there was a Jesus who preceded some of these people and was killed in an unhappy manner. But I want to find him. I don't want to substitute poetic, agenda-ridden material for historical material. So that's something you're going to have to. I don't know what the answer is. Again, you're the man. And then John at the end, shall I crucify? He's asking the Jews, shall I crucify your king? Pilate is saying he's your king. No, come on. So we have no king but Caesar. Okay, no, come on no. Maybe the high priest, as it's portrayed, may have tried to suck up, shall we say, to him like that. But that's what I used to believe everything when I was young too. I believed everything. I read these things. I never saw anything wrong with any of these materials. So, if you've never seen it or even considered such things, don't feel bad. Even horrible people like myself never saw anything wrong with anything. It took me till I was 60 or so, 50 or 60. It took me 30 years to begin to see what was going on in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It did help me a lot. Okay, here's the crucifixion. We get some new people introduced. Siren of Cyrene. Cyrene is a hotbed of revolution. These terms may not always be represent what they are supposed to mean. Could be Simon the Zealot, and someone wrote in Cyrene. But anyway, the father of Alexander and Rufus wanted to bear the cross. That's in Matthew 27 and Mark 15 and Luke 23. And a lot of women came after him, and daughters of Jerusalem, weeping for yourselves and your children, and so on. It's so much material here that it's almost impossible to evaluate it all. But I think the Simon and I think the Alexander and Rufus, maybe they were two believers in the community in which this particular version of the Gospels developed, and they wanted it known that they had some connection with the events that occurred over in Jerusalem. They might have been living in Rome or someplace, and they told the people who were working on this material, look, our father was there and he did such and such. Well, you know how reliable testimony of children about fathers is. In any case, I doubt very much if that particular little bit of data, it makes it even worrisome as well, that the narrator suddenly knows that the two people called Simon and Alexander and Rufus, very clearly Roman names, Latin names, at least Rufus. Alexander, was used by Jews, but I never saw any Jew anywhere called Rufus in old literature. And I doubt very much if these are meant to be Jewish people, well, certainly not Rufus. Anyway, you'd have to look in the Josephus, maybe you'll come upon a Rufus. Look at how Luke adds to that. And a great multitude of people wailed and lamented him. Well, there's more. We're back to the other side of the coin. Jesus is a popular leader. Who's wailing and moaning him? These are Christians? These are non-Jews? No, these are. So again, the narrator can't get it straight whether Jesus is a popular leader or not a popular leader. If he's a popular leader, why is everyone trying to, blame the Jewish people for having done away with him? You can't have it both ways. If he's a popular leader, that means the people supported him and later led a revolution in names of people like him, and killed all the high priests and killed all the collaborators and killed all the people cooperating with the Roman authorities. You can't then have the Jews saying, his blood be on us and our people in perpetuity. You follow what I'm trying to say? It just, okay, that's in Matthew. You're mixing apples and oranges. This is in Luke. Well, that's what people do. They compress everything into one narrative. I got to hurry along here. Anyway, the weeping for ourselves and our children and Jerusalem, I think that did happen among the Jews after the fall of the temple. That is, there was a group called the Mourners for Zion who were weeping for the fall of the temple. And I'm sure that is incorporated into that particular passage there. Okay, another famous, I can't tell you much about, by the way, Luke 23:32, he's got two malefactors. I don't have the Greek in front of me, but usually those are two, later on here, they're called in 27 of Mark and 37 or 38 of Matthew, thieves or robbers. That's the Greek word lestai. Brandon makes a lot out of that. Lestai really are what the Romans called bandits. They're not thieves. They're not like pickpockets. He was crucified among the thieves. Oh, that's how he was a low common criminal. No. Lestai was the word applied to revolutionaries in Josephus, all through Josephus. So you should read there, he was crucified between two bandits at the very least. And it's a lot different than thief or two revolutionaries. So we're getting revolutionaries and him being treated like a revolutionary, if this is an accurate presentation of the situation there. So that's very important, and that's where your Greek should come into. Here the Romans are behaving like Romans would. But it's being based on Psalm 69 and Psalm 22. So we're fulfilling prophecy, particularly giving him drink mingled with gall. I just don't have time to read those psalms to you, though. Psalm 69 is an Ebionite psalm. It mentions the poor and so on. And Psalm 22, I think, has to do with the casting of lots, etc., etc., etc. So again, the writer is purposely, you say he's knowledgeable. Yeah, the writers here are very knowledgeable. They're not foolish people. They're very, very bright. They know what they're doing. They're very well educated, except in some areas, like the Son of Man, instead of a son, one like a Son of Man. So they